Hey everyone, this is Steve. Thanks so much for being here with me today. And I'd like to welcome you to this special, relaxing recording I've written for you, here to encourage and support you with any resolutions and changes you've been considering making or adapting in some way as we enter the new year. Because every year, millions of us around the world make New Year's resolutions as we look to better our lives in some way. But despite all of the good intentions, many of us really struggle to rely solely on willpower and determination. However, there are many tools we can use to help build these new resolutions into our everyday lives. And for specific changes, routines, habits, feel free to contact me to work with you one-to-one with a bespoke offering to help you achieve your goals. But for now, together, let's take some time to settle down. Escape from reality just for a short time and put our bodies, emotions and feelings on charge. And however hard we try, whether we fully embrace and celebrate the holiday season that we've just left behind, or simply put it to one side and ride through the weeks, most of us still get pulled down into feelings of stress and overwhelm. But either way, one thing we can collectively focus on now is the desire to move into a new year. Some of us will look back on the previous year with pride from our achievements and success points, maybe looking to maintain the positivity and contentment that you've built in your life, maybe just looking to take on new challenges and strive to create new wins and accomplishments in the new year. Others might be more specific with the changes that they want to make. Stopping smoking, drinking less alcohol, creating an exercise routine, reducing time with technology, and so much more. Many others might be feeling disconnected or deflated with their current life situation and want to make more dramatic changes within their life, or alternatively make numerous changes across the year ahead. So that could be career, relationships, living situations, financial choices, and many more. But whatever may be relevant for you, I'd like you to get yourself comfortable now and relax as much as you possibly can, preferably sitting in a comfy chair or lying down on your bed. Or even if you're listening, maybe on a train or a plane, or as a non-driver in the back of a car. And when you're ready, I'd like you to take in a long, deep breath in through the nose, holding it for 1, 2, 3 seconds, and exhale. And one more time when you're ready. Breathe slowly in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, and exhale. Just maintain the focus on your breath with the same process, but with each breath slowly falling back into your natural breathing rhythm and pace. And with this, and if you haven't done so already, slowly close down your eyes. Trust my voice and embrace this time for you. And the thing that's standing out to you most right now is how you have some space and time for yourself. Nobody's needing anything from you at this particular moment. Any jobs that need doing just aren't top of your priority list right now. The future, whether that be in 1 hour, 1 day, 1 month, 1 year, isn't worth thinking about in this moment. You're simply focusing on this specific moment of your life, right here, right now, where you feel calm, undisturbed, and at peace. You're starting to feel a sense of relief as elements of contentment and gratitude start to kick into your psyche. There's nowhere else you'd rather be right now than right here, taking some time out for yourself. And you're starting to realize that by doing this and taking some time to reset, you will be an even better version of yourself, gaining more patience and pleasure to take on the outside world. And right now, I'd like you to place your awareness on your feet. And did you know that there are 29 muscles associated with the human foot? So that's 58 muscles across both of our feet. And I'd like you to imagine, one by one, each of these muscles untensing. And as you do this, in your mind, I'd like you to very slowly count down as each one of these muscles relax, visualizing the relaxation for each muscle. So let's begin at 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53. And I'd like 52, you to keep on counting down as I continue talking to you. 51. And as you count down 50, you're so surprised at how 49, well you can specifically visualize each 48, and every one of your foot muscles relaxing one by one. 47. Maybe you can 46, see them changing colour, 45, or changing shape, 44, or fading into the background 53, of your mind's eye. 42, whatever comes most naturally to you. Maybe it's all of these, each one changing colour, changing shape, whilst fading into the background. Maybe you can feel your foot slowly giving off warmth and heat as it settles and rests. But what really surprises you is how you can slowly imagine the tension release from your feet, slowly climbing up into your legs, starting at the bottom of your calf muscles. And you hadn't realized the impact of mentally relaxing your feet until it begins to climb up into the rest of your body. And as these tiny muscles slowly spread, you envisage them as being like the small roots of a tree, connecting the dots, crossing the lines, muscle to muscle, building the foundations of the most relaxing experience you could have ever envisaged. And surprisingly, as your feet begin to complete the job of relaxing every muscle within them, the process up your legs and through your calves begins to accelerate. And you start to realize that the sensation you have in your feet is about to be replicated in the rest of your body. And it feels so good to know it. And this feeling of incredible relaxation continues further up both of your legs, past the calves, straight through your knees, and into your thighs. And from there, the roots begin to slow down again as they work through the largest muscle in your body. The gluteus maximus maintains your posture, making up most of the form of the buttock and hip area. Ironically, an area I suspect you may not have necessarily considered or prioritized, and may be overlooked when taking some time to relax the different parts of the body. So I'd like you to take some time to do that right now. The roots of the trunk of your body now working round your glutes and hips. A sensation that slowly makes you feel like your buttocks aren't even connected to your chair or your bed anymore. They're so relaxed. It feels like you're floating. More and more so as the sensation continues up your body. Now resting in your stomach. Your emotions are felt here in the gut. Feelings such as anger, sadness, nervousness, fear, and joy are often felt here. And for some, this sensation can be where they hold most of their emotions, and the sensation can be often intense or maybe even crippling, but not right now. The calming sensation of these muscle roots slowly continue up your body, through the stomach, and you drift deeper and deeper into a wonderful feeling of calm. And the only feeling you have in your stomach and your gut right now is complete release, relaxation, relief, and peace. Now climbing at a good pace further up your frame and into your chest. And as your chest relaxes, you realize that your shoulders are also naturally starting to rest at the same time. The sensation in your chest is making you appreciate how tense and high your shoulders have been naturally sitting. But instead now, they're sinking down into your frame to the point where it feels like they're merging into your chest, and your whole body is nearly at a point of complete and utter deep relaxation, going deeper and deeper into relaxation. And you can't remember the last time you felt this tranquil. But you don't analyze this. It doesn't matter. What matters most is where you are now and how you feel right now. The sensation then moves from your shoulders down both sides of your arm, past both of your elbows, into the forearms, and down into your hands to the end of your fingertips. So from the neck down, your body now feels grounded, warm and light. Imagine it like a feather floating above the surface on which you are sitting or laying. And talking about your neck, just take a few moments to analyse how that's feeling right now. Does it feel any different to the rest of the body? Are there still feelings of tension running through your neck? And if so, just make your neck feel looser and calmer, in keeping with the rest of your body. Maybe imagine the small roots we originally saw and felt running through our feet just some moments ago, now running from your chest and shoulders up your neck. You don't need to rush this one. It's commonly known as one of the most tense parts of our bodies. So let's give it the time and respect that it needs. Peacefully running through the anterior, posterior, and lateral muscles of your neck. And with this, you find that your breathing is improving at the same time. None of the oxygen you're breathing in has to battle with any tense muscles in your neck anymore. It's naturally flowing down your windpipe and arriving safely into your lungs, making the process of exhaling equally as calming and rewarding. And as the roots continue on into your facial muscles, you'll find that these drop down quite easily and naturally once you take on this instruction to relax. The tongue drops down from the roof of the mouth. Your jaw and cheek muscles fall down, almost feeling like they're hanging inside your cheeks. And the tension points either side of the forehead feel massaged in a circular motion, making your eyes and your eyelids even more sleepy and heavy. And finally, I'd like you to put the focus onto the top of your head. And I'd like you to imagine viewing it from above, so you're able to see everything from your forehead to the back of the crown on the top of your hairline. And I'd like you to envisage a circle, a small circle, in the middle of the top of your head, led just by a line that slowly begins to swirl round and round, going outer and outer, slowly edging to the outer sides of the top of your head. And this sensation feels almost like a massage as it swirls and swirls continuously around the top of your head, feeling so good that you don't want this sensation to end. But while we're here, it won't end. You are at peace. And in order to maintain this sensation throughout your whole body, I'd like you to imagine that the swirling lines are working around the top of your head, but expanding out to the rest of your head now. Around your face, down to your neck, your shoulders, round both of your arms, now circling your chest, circling around your stomach. And we're back working around your hips and glutes in a circular motion. Down your thighs, your knees, circling around your calves, and all the way down to the place we first started, those tree roots in our relaxed feet. And suddenly, your whole body not only feels the most relaxed it's felt for so long, it feels protected, like in a bubble, allowing you to maintain this state of letting go while we're here together with nothing to disturb you. And in fact, any outside noises or movement that you may be able to hear will simply do the opposite job than you would ever expect. They will simply relax you even more because you trust this protective layer around you and you trust the words and suggestions I am providing. And I'd like you now to imagine that you are standing at the top of a luxurious staircase in an old mansion house in the middle of the countryside, just minutes away from the coast in the far north of England. The room is warm and you hear the growling wind and sleet rain against the large, stained windows, and there's nowhere else you'd rather be. The carpet is beige, soft and comfortable on the feet. And you begin to prepare to walk down the third and final set of stairs from the first floor, 10 steps down to the ground floor and main hall, where you can see a light reflecting from a side room, what looks like a main living area. And you just have this feeling that in that room, you'll find something, whatever that may be, to help you maintain motivation, willpower, and courage to take on the New Year goals, changes, and resolutions you're so eager to take on. But first, and let me help you down, take your first step down from 10 to 9. Next step is 8. You're going deeper into relaxation with every single step you take, onto 7. Deeper and deeper. 6. 5. You feel yourself subtly smiling as we move down to 4 and to 3. Calm, collected, almost excited with anticipation. 2, nearly there, and the final step, 1. And on the ground floor, deep in relaxation, we're now facing directly into a large front room, and it's the most beautiful space you've ever seen. And you can't help yourself from moving into this warm space. An old antique fireplace is burning wood at the side of the room, and the calming crackling sound, an orange and red reflection onto the surrounding walls, make the whole room feel so appealing and satisfying to enter. The soft beige carpet runs through into this space, although in the middle of the room lies a ginormous textile rug with patterned splashes of autumnal colours, different shades of green, brown, rusty orange and dark yellows, giving the room a warm and welcoming feel, like that of a deep green pine forest. And on top of the rug is a large, dark, rustic, refurbished coffee table. And you decide to take a seat on the floor next to it, where you immediately sink into the soft rug and carpet and feel the intense but comforting heat given off by the fireplace, while you are oozing relaxation from the feel of the soft furnishings, the perfect warm temperature from the fire, the sound of the crackling mixed with the wind and rain against the large bay windows, and a combination of smells coming from a 3-wick scented candle resting on the mantelpiece, and the subtle wood smoke scent from the fire. And it's then that you notice a large dark red glass decorative bowl right in front of you on the coffee table. And inside of it lies a circle of 5 small, slim, oblong-shaped, unlit cream candles. And the candles are perfectly situated the exact same distance from one another. And in the middle of these candles, and specifically right in the middle of the dark red glass bowl, is an ornament. This ornament is of an oak tree, which looks tall enough to tower over the 5 surrounding cream candles, but not quite tall enough to be at the same height of the red glass bowl. And you're amazed and hugely impressed with the specific detail on the tree. You begin to question to yourself how this could have been made. The carving of the breathing pores leading up the bark, the slim but strong porcelain roots holding up the bark, whilst equally acting as a stand for this precious ornament. The effort made on the mix of small and large branches, leading to various sized bushes and trees, all seemingly sporadic and random, but somehow in a perfect proportion when admiring it in its entirety. And next to the red bowl, you see a dark grey, long-reach lighter, immediately giving you an urge to pick it up and light the candles one by one. And it's at this point you understand exactly why you've led yourself to and decided to sit down here for some time to yourself. You start to analyse in your mind the goals, aspirations, and objectives you have for this brand new year. And in the past, you've always dwelled on the things that you haven't been able to achieve or stick to. But this feels different. You feel inspired this time around to realistically set your goals and stick to them. The feeling you have right now in this amazingly comfortable room with nothing to disturb you is making you realize that this contentment is easier to achieve than you'd ever thought possible in the past. You've had a taste of natural, organic contentment, and there's no greater motivation than this to help start building and maintaining your brand new resolutions. You're also now starting to understand the sentiment between the 5 candles sat in front of you, ready to be lit, and the significance of this beautiful tree ornament sat right in the middle of the bowl. The tree's roots relate back to the feeling we had when we started resting and relaxing our feet a few moments ago, and how with patience and serenity we worked through our body, our bark and our branches to eventually give us the ultimate sensation of pride, contentment and achievement. And now, while you're feeling at your most relaxed, calm and motivated, I'm going to give you just a few moments to consider those changes that you want to make within your life in order to better yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually this forthcoming year. Perhaps there's one big change you'd like to make, and you want to spend some time considering the steps you need to take in order to make this a reality. Perhaps there are a few transformations that you'd like to work at. Whether they have strong connections or not, you know that the main goal here is to give you a happier, better lifestyle, and you now know that this is your time to achieve it. You no longer hold any resentment to yourself that these obstacles haven't been outdone on a previous date. And instead, you are realizing that it just hasn't been the right time before. It's all been for a good reason, for the stars to align at the right moment for you. But from here, this is your time. And I'd now like you to pick up this long reach lighter in your hand and decide which of these candles you would like to light first. You don't need to think about specifics here, but each candle that you light will slowly start burning down and will represent any barriers or obstacles that your mind associates with these changes you're wishing to make. Now is not the time to examine and scrutinize these. Your subconscious mind will automatically know the negativities it wishes to burn through and alleviate, allowing you nothing but confidence, excitement, and determination to achieve. So go ahead and light the first candle. And take a moment to check in with yourself how it feels to see the first drop of wax slowly fall from the flame and down the side of the candle. You'll now be feeling a relief, a release, and a newfound freedom to finally move forward. Now light the second of these 5 candles. A second reason or negative connotation or excuse for why this ambition may not be achievable. Let's lose that immediately with the second flame. And straight away the wax starts to drip down the second candle at an even faster pace this time, almost as if it's taking motivation and support from the first candle that you lit. Because as you alleviate one problem, it always feels much easier to alleviate another, as the internal stress within you reduces second by second. And with this second candle, your eye is drawn to the root of the decorative tree ornament in the middle of the red bowl. Because suddenly, you notice the roots of the tree beginning to warmly glow, just starting from the bottom, but very slowly moving up as the 2 candles continue to burn. And you realize that as the obstacles to your goals are reducing more and more, the roots of your goals and growth reflected in the tree are growing at an equal pace. And you feel yourself smiling inside. A knowing smile that at last these ambitions are about to become your reality. Light the 3rd candle. We still have patience and tranquility on our side, but we want to progress even more, turning these resolutions into reality. And as you light your 3rd candle and begin ridding of a 3rd negative barrier in achieving success, you take a moment to look outside the large bay windows behind you. The storm we heard and saw brewing when we stood at the top of the staircase is now slowly calming. The intensity of the wind is so much less now, and the hard hail droplets hitting the windows have eased gently just into a light shower. It won't be long before the weather is completely cleared, and you can excitedly leave here with an air of confidence and anticipation for the year ahead. Light the 4th candle now. And as you turn your head away from the window, you realize that the tree in the middle of the bowl is now glowing all the way up from the roots to the top of the bark, signifying that you are ready to bloom and flourish and achieve everything you've been wanting to achieve. Never before have you been able to break down walls without having to analyze and acknowledge them, provoking triggers and doubts. But right now, in this moment, your subconscious mind is doing the work for you, automatically cleaning up the negative clutter and allowing you to move forward in the most simplest of ways. And finally, let the 5th candle be lit. The positive glow from the tree is now working its way north through each and every one of the branches, ending in the leaves at the top of each one, representing a finish line, a goal, a winning result. So now just rest and watch the 5 candles burning down and the soft glow work through the remaining branches, twigs and leaves, and feel the satisfaction and optimism throughout your entire body. And as the final leaf on the top of this oak tree lights and glows through, your mind goes back to the resolutions and achievements you were considering just some moments ago. And you can't believe how differently you now feel when determining the success rate at which you can achieve them. There is now nothing holding you back. Your subconscious mind has eliminated any hesitations and concerns you may have previously had, whether that be just recently or even for those you may have had for years. More than that, the final candle, without your knowledge, was gifting you willpower, ensuring that these changes won't only be fulfilled, but will also be maintained for as long as you want and need them to be. And unlike previous years or times of trying, there is now no going back, because you have allowed your subconscious to guide you and support you through these changes, not only now, but long into the future too. The subconscious part of your mind is in charge of your emotions, habits, creativity, and imagination. So whatever you've personally been working towards achieving will have been covered for you within this exercise. And you can leave this session today knowing that you now have the confidence, ability, motivation, and willpower to make these changes and make your resolutions a reality. And as you acknowledge this, once again, you turn your head around and notice that the rain and the storm against the windows has come to a halt. The air is looking fresh, clean, and has a sense of calmness to it. And despite a lingering crispness in temperature, the outside world is looking brighter and more appealing than ever before. To the other side of you, the log fire is slowly coming to an end, burning out, and in front of you, all of the candles have melted into the bottom of the red bowl, waiting to be picked off at a later date once the wax has cooled. The tree is still subtly glowing in the middle of the bowl, reminding you of what you have achieved here today. Before you head to leave, you look one more time at the dark red glass bowl in front of you. And this dark red glass bowl will be significant from this day onwards. Because whenever you now see a dark red colour in your everyday life, it's going to be more noticeable than ever before, subconsciously motivating you to stick to your desired goals and changes. And it could be anything: a logo for a shop front, the colour of a car, flowers such as poppies or roses. And each time you see this colour, your determination to achieve and succeed is stronger than ever. You won't need to make an effort to do this or find this colour. It will come naturally in your everyday life when you see this dark red colour you've been looking at in front of you, this dark red bowl. And when you see it, you will automatically return back to how you're feeling right now. Calm, relaxed, content, motivated, and determined. dark red, dark red, dark red. A colour imprinted into your brain, never to be forgotten and always to be associated with the experience you've had here today. I'd like you now to take your eyes off the dark red bowl. It's time to leave this cozy environment and return to the outside world. And you stand up and walk back into the main hallway, to the bottom of the steps where we walked down earlier. And right in front of you there is the large wooden double doors leading to the outside porch. You put your hand out onto the large brass door handle. Press down, and the door opens wide. And as you step outside, the crisp but refreshing air welcomes you back to reality and immediately gives you a newfound energy to take on everything we've discussed here today. In front of you are 5 steps leading down from the porch, and these 5 steps will, one by one, emerge you from hypnosis. And as you take these steps and I count down from 5 to 1, when you reach the number 1, the final step, you will be feeling happy, revitalized, determined, and excited. Feeling that these moments today in hypnosis alongside me have been very beneficial for you. Okay, and first step ready? 5, ready to make a change. 4, ready to maintain that change. 3, your body now slowly starting to move, stretching out your leg muscles. 2, eyes slowly opening. And final step 1, welcome back.